Just a quick update. This is the Pentax 6.7 that I was working on. I showed it in an earlier video. Had quite a few issues. It's all back together now, just to show you that I do actually finish some of my projects. Take this as being a part 2. You can see it's all back together, and the covering's all glued back on nicely. Yes, I got one of those what you call it, moulded plastic things, grips on this side. I'm not a big fan of the large wooden grips, they're pretty expensive. Prism finder's working fine now. It doesn't seem to be, probably will do it now, it'll screw up. No, it's firing okay. And this is set on the speed that was giving me the trouble. So that cleaning the contacts and cleaning these bits in here seems to have done the job. One thing I forgot to mention is if you're buying this metered prism separately, make sure that you get this collar that goes around the shutter speed dial with it. I've noticed quite a lot of sellers are selling the prism finder but without this collar. It came with the prism finder when it was new, and they're sort of asking £80 to £100 just for this collar, and that's on top of buying the prism. So if you're buying this metered prism separately, make sure you get this little collar here. The plain prism, it doesn't matter because that doesn't come all the way over here. So hopefully now we've got a nice working Pentax. I've given it a little bit of a clean inside as well. Fresh battery, it's ready to go. But today, all the way from Tokyo in Japan, most of this stuff comes from Japan. It's the only place to shop for Pentax stuff really. Nikon as well, on a lot of the Nikon stuff, especially from here in the UK, there's very little decent stuff available for sale on that famed auction site. Most of it has to come from Japan. Now I think, and I may be wrong on this, somebody needs to check up before they do it, but when you buy stuff from Japan in the UK, because we have a free trade agreement now, there's no duty or VAT, which was a bit of an issue before, because in the old days, when we were prior to Brexit, when we left the European Union, we had to pay duty and VAT was 20%. So if you bought a £400 camera from Japan, it'd be an extra £80 on top for VAT, duty, etc. This came by FedEx. It took 5 days to come from Japan, which is quicker than some of the domestic stuff arrives, to be fair. So very impressed. I've always found Japanese retailers to be very polite and nice people to deal with. They quite often send you free little gifts in the box with stuff. And here we find the object of my desire, or one of my objects of desire for the week. Busy week this week, spending money. Well, it's well wrapped. I would imagine it's pretty much unharmed. If there is any damage to it, it won't have been caused by the transportation. But that's pretty impressive, I think, 5 days from Japan. I think that's remarkable. Everybody goes on about how hard it is to move stuff around the world. I know this went by aeroplane, but it's still, I think, pretty impressive. As I say, it arrives quicker than some of the domestic stuff that I buy. But the widest lens that I've got for that, and I use it as a standard, is a 75mm, which is kind of equivalent to a 35 lens hood. Again, another tip if you're buying stuff from Japan, especially this kind of stuff, make sure you get filters and lens hoods with them and caps, because they charge an extortionate amount for them separately. So here we have, that's an f3.5, got a nice cap, that's probably 20-30 quid on its own. And you can see here we have, around the right way so you can actually read it, super multi-coated Takuma 6x7 55 3.5, so crop ratio is 0.5, so that's about a 27, so it's about a 28mm wide angle lens, coated, and it looks pretty clean. It's the old style one. You can tell the old style lenses by this fluted finish. The newer ones have the more modern rubber grip on them. And it's got a back cap as well, so that's another 20 quid. Back elements are most crucial, so need to have a good look at that. Looks pretty good to me. And then we're looking to see for signs of fungus and balsam. I don't expect any issues. This dealer's rated 100%. I only tend to buy from people with 100% feedback. And the glass is pretty nice. Having a look into there. So we need to see what the diaphragm's like. So if we put the lens into manual, so you push that button across, it will lock. And that means that the lens will stop down. It says if you can get it to stay in auto. The lens will actually stop down. With wide angles it's quite hard to see the diaphragm, but you can see in there it is closed, and that's down at f22. You can see it is closed down. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. And you can see the diaphragm more from the back really, but I don't see oil on there. It looks like an even pattern, so it seems to be working just fine. So yeah, it's quite nice condition. The focus is silky smooth as you'd expect from Pentax. Very high quality stuff. Yeah, quite heavy. It's as heavy as that Rolleiflex from yesterday. But yeah, paint loss and what have you isn't too bad on it. That's quite nice actually. Yeah, lens made in Japan. And then what else did we get with it? We got the lens hood. Like I say, the lens hood for this, they'll probably be asking 70-80 quid for this just on its own. I think this one has got a little ding in it, but I can live with that. Like I say, try and get one. It's annoying it hasn't got a filter on it, because it takes huge filters at, again, 100 quid a time. So this is the right lens hood for this camera. Apparently it's got a little ding in it somewhere. Yeah, there's a little ding down here, but I knew about that. It was in the description of the item. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that, especially having both caps as well. That's very nice. So I can actually get out and use this and try it out. As I said in the other video, I got some film to try. Remember these lens first, then the viewfinder, although I don't have to change the viewfinder. Change the lens, release the button, turn the whole lens around, off it comes. Easy as that. Attach the new one. Line up the red dots. You see the red dot there. And there's a red dot there. Line them up and put them together. That's in the auto mode. Oh, that's a heavy beast. I don't like camera straps, so I tend to just carry it around. It's a lot better with this right hand grip. I would recommend getting the right hand grip. I'm wondering whether to put one on that side as well, but I'm not sure. So yeah, there we have it. A fully working Pentax 6.7 with a brand new, well, a new second-hand lens on it. 55mm. So we'll give that a whirl. Oh, see how well that works. It's really, really funky with this big lens hood on there. Not quite sure how it goes on. I imagine it's a lockable one somehow. I don't know how. I'll figure that out. Oh, it just twists. There you go. That's mine's bigger than yours. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comments, questions, queries down below. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.